Hey, it is summertime as I'm recording this, and Clear the List is now trending on a lot of social media. So if you're a teacher, you've probably seen that because some of your teacher friends probably are sharing their wish lists. And I wanted to give you a little bit of information about how to promote your own teacher wish list most effectively. I'll have a different video on how to create and maintain your own wish list, so you can check that one out separately. This one is just about once you have a list of stuff that you want for your students, your classroom, for your teaching to make you the best teacher that you can possibly be, how you can get your stuff. So it's very important that you let potential donors know what exactly you're looking for, what's on your list, so that even before they click the link, they have some idea of what you're looking for, and that helps them understand what kind of teacher you are. The best way to do this is with an image. So what you can do on Amazon is you can set your list up like this. You can set it up so that it's not just an ordered list, but you can set it up so that you have kind of a grid, gives images. You may not want to include the top items in your images. One of the things I like to do is have a variety of types of items in my image that I'm going to share, so that people can see the different types of items I'm looking for, and it also creates more variety there. It makes it more dynamic, adds some color, it makes it more noticeable. So you can see how I've chosen different items, but you can also kind of see the relationship between them. I've got some games, and I've got some crayons and markers and things like that. You can kind of see how they go together, hopefully to give an idea of what I want to do with my classroom. So all of this is kind of extra stuff. Some teachers have more baseline materials, paper, pens, staples, sort of things that are more necessary. Mine is really a wish list. Once you have your list set up so that you know what kind of image you're looking for, you want to take a screenshot, not of your entire screen, but just of the part that you want. On a Windows machine, you do this by going to your keyboard and holding down Windows, Shift, and pressing S just once, and that will change your cursor. You'll see that it becomes like this little plus. All right, like you're going to shoot something. You're not going to shoot anything. You're going to click and drag to highlight just what you want to include. If you don't get the right part, don't worry about it. You'll get a little pop-up down in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. If you don't want it, just click the X. That pop-up goes away. You can hold down Windows, Shift, and S. Again, you'll get that cursor change again. Just try it again. You can try it as many times as you want. No big deal. On a Mac, the keyboard command you're going to use is Command-Shift-4. So once you get that pop-up on a Windows machine, it's very important that you click that and it'll open up the image that you have essentially saved to the clipboard. You open up that image and then you're going to click the little save icon, which should look, if you're my age, you know that it's supposed to look like a little 3.5-inch disc. If you're young, if you're a new teacher and you've just gotten out of college, bless your little heart, hopefully you know what the save icon looks like. Kind of, it's a little boxy thing. Anyway, on a Windows device, that will give you your save window, and then you can choose where you want that image to be saved so that you can remember it later. On a Mac, it automatically saves to the desktop. In both cases, you want to give it a name that you can remember for later and put it someplace that you can find later, because you'll want to use it. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to set up your tweet. So in addition to the picture, it's also helpful to have something, a little phrase that gives a little bit of information about the type of school where you teach, the grade level, subject area, or maybe about the types of things that you have on your list, so that again, potential donors have an idea of who you are, what kind of teacher you are, and what you're hoping to accomplish. This hopefully pulls them into clicking on your list and hopefully getting you something that you can use with your students. So the text that I have to go along with my image in my promotion tweet says, support creativity and community with small above and beyond activities and treats for high school students in rural Georgia. Now, I typed out high school as HS and Georgia as GA. You want to condense this because you don't have a lot of space on most social media posts. And additionally, you don't want to be giving your potential donors a huge wall of text. You want to capture their interest quickly. After that, you want to paste the URL. You can get this by going to your wish list, clicking in the URL bar, making sure that you have the entire URL, and then pasting it into, I use a text document, so that again, I have it saved and I can find it easily anytime that I want to use it. Additionally, don't forget to include the hashtag or hashtags in your text. Now, these may vary depending on what sort of teaching community you follow, as well as what social media platform you're using. I'm most active on Twitter, where the hashtag that I'll be using is clear the list. And I've got that right in my text document. I use Notepad. Pretty straightforward, super easy. So let's go to social media and take a look at setting up that tweet. So first I copy the text that I want, paste that right in there. And if you'll notice on Twitter, I get an image box that has this orange box. That's why I wore the orange shirt. But I don't want that to show. That's boring. That's not specific to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to include an image, and I'm going to choose my wish list image. Notice that that replaces the orange box. So I don't have that boring orange box that everybody has and it all looks the same. Now I have an image that is specific to me and my wish list. Finally, you need to share this. So obviously you should post this to your own timeline, your own feed, but additionally, on the hashtag, you'll also see other teachers and just people who are willing to help saying, hey, share your wish list with me and I'll share it out to the people who follow me. So you want to make sure that the first thing you want to do, make sure that you read this tweet. Some people on these lists are promoting their own wish lists. So unless you're invited to, don't just drop your list into somebody else's post as a response. Make sure they're inviting you to do that. Otherwise, it's just a little bit rude. Think about how often you put your list on your own feed. You don't want to inundate people that follow you and they're getting the same message over and over again. On the other hand, don't feel the least bit guilty about posting your list from time to time. Depending on how you phrase your text, you're not demanding that people give you stuff. You're not being imposing. You're not being a nag or anything negative like that. Think of it this way. You are giving people the opportunity to help you be a better teacher. Honestly, most people don't get to be a teacher, but public education is supported by so many people. They really believe in what we're doing. And this gives them an opportunity to help out just a little bit. This is why it's important to have items on your list at varying price points. I get into that in my other video talking about creating and curating your list. Make sure you read the original post to see whether or not you're actually being invited to share your list as a response to that post. If you are, see if there are any stipulations. Some people ask that you share their list in response, others don't. But again, it doesn't cost you anything to share somebody else's list. So even if you're not asked to do that, it's kind of a show of good faith. If they're going to be sharing your list, that you would share theirs as well. A lot of teachers will also take a look at other teachers' lists to get ideas of what they want on theirs, or sometimes to purchase something for somebody else, because helping people is always a good thing to do. In the description down below, I've included a link to my main tweet where I share my list so that you can actually see how this is looking on my social media feed on Twitter. You can also follow the hashtag clear the list on Twitter. You can also take a look at Instagram, Facebook, and other social media sites to see how it plays out in different ways on different social media sites. If you have any pointers that I didn't include here, leave me a comment because I'm always looking to be a better teacher too, and providing new and interesting and fun materials that make education more interesting for my students helps me be a better teacher as well. So share your ideas, share your lists. If you have a teacher wish list, please include it as a response to my tweet. I would love to see what you've got. Thanks so much, good luck, and bye for now.